Ironheart's pushed with Stark in tow.
Though there's no arc or past to show.
A thumbs up spun as a torch passed down.
A hollow pitch that earns no crown. Yes, we are talking about Ironheart. For some reason.
Iron Victim.
Sorry, we're talking about Iron Fart for some reason.
Iron Victim.
That too.
I'm going to preface this video by saying this, okay? I sometimes get heated, but I really hate this character. So I'm letting people know ahead of time that if I seem like I'm going extra hard on this character, it's not because I'm trying to be mean, it's because I hate this character.
In other words, you're just trying to be mean.
To the character, yes. To the wonderful viewers listening, no. Unless you annoy me. Let's take a look here. So we have Ironheart coming out in not that long. We still have yet to get a trailer if you don't count the leaked audio, which you can actually find on the channel. We have the leaked audio from the D23 thing where she talks about how she's going to build...
I'm going to build something unlike him, but better. That's the actual line at the end of the trailer.
Yeah, she's going to take what Tony Stark did and she's going to make it better. Isn't that great? Don't you love the character already?
No.
We still have yet to get much out, but there are still some images that you could see at the top left corner. That's Ironheart there. And yeah, they're trying to come out now and say that Riri Williams, Dominic Thorne, has talked with Robert Downey Jr. and he was like, "Oh, I love Ironheart. It's the best. 2 thumbs up."
I just picture Hades going, 2 thumbs up for you, milady.
I picture, do you know that, again, I can't remember, I think it was in in Iron Man 2, where Stan Lee's cameo there, and Tony kind of goes past him and goes, "Hey, Stan, nice, whatever," and, taps him on the back and then walks past, right? And then Stan turns around and nobody's there. I'm imagining Dominic Thorne somewhere, and he just walks through, "Hey, yeah, I love Ironheart, kid, 2 thumbs up," and then just walks away, turns around and goes, "What?"
Would be funny if true.
That's probably the entire basis of their interaction. And honestly, this character annoys me, not just because her origin in the comics is stupid. And I say this because she literally demands her teacher oppress her. And when the teacher refuses to...
she stares the teacher down for 4 whole panels at least. It's a villain's origin story, not a hero's. Not to mention,
but it was retconned. But no, it was retconned. It was retconned. It was retconned in the comics. It was retconned in the comics. You know nothing.
Then how come in the MCU they still have her stealing car parts to make her suit and stealing tech from MIT?
You're racist.
See, they can't argue.
The thing with this character is literally, this is confirmed. You can argue with me all you want, okay? But I have the receipts. It is confirmed that Riri Williams, Ironheart, gets the schematics for one of Tony's armors, reverse engineers the armor, and posts it online as a dare. This is confirmed in the comics. You cannot tell me it doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony calls her the D-word for doing it. And then, later on, she steals from MIT to make her armor. And when she does, and gets caught... rather than the school being like, "You stole, you're out here," in the comics, the school goes, "We didn't see how gifted you were. We're sorry."
Totally unrealistic. However, fortunately, in the TV show, she actually is getting expelled from MIT. And for some reason, she's surprised and upset that they're expelling her from MIT when she is the reason she's being expelled from MIT.
And what you're referencing is we got like a coming soon thing for Marvel, and it was included in that. And that was the thing where she was literally like,
You're expelling me?
You're expelling me? And it's like, she literally, the reason is because she didn't show up to any of her classes and stole stuff and built her suit. And then I love, you know what I love?
What do you love?
I love the scene where Riri Williams is wearing like a short, like top half shirt, and dancing with money in the air that she stole.
You mean that GIF you found on Tumblr?
Yes, that's literally from a thing.
Dollar bills in her waistband, like she's dancing at a club.
The premise for this show is that Riri can't take back the armor after Wakanda Forever because it is Wakandan technology. So she has to now make her own. So she dumpster dives for parts, which, by the way, the media is saying makes her better than Tony Stark because literally she had to dumpster dive
because she's poor and he's rich.
Literally, he built it in a cave with a box of scraps. Shut the heck up.
Mm-hmm. He built it from nothing.
But what's going to happen is she's going to not have enough money. She's going to get into MIT and obviously get kicked out. And she's going to find Parker Robbins, the Red Hood, who is literally going to team up with her to steal money so she can make her armor. That is literally the beginning premise of this show. I kid you not. That is what they're promoting with this show. Great job, Marvel. You made the black female character who's already not liked in the comics, who's taking over for Tony Stark.
You made her a car.
Unquote.
You made her a car thief.
You made her a thief in general. And then it's like, obviously the Red Hood goes bad and now she has to stop him. But it's like, you literally helped him. That doesn't change that.
Yeah, but she's going to be in the right because she's a female.
You know what I love, though? What? I love that because she's a female and she's not as tall as Tony Stark. I realize this, I don't know if I mentioned this. There is a clip, and there's a clip of her suiting up partially, like in a white armor. And it shows that her arm doesn't actually reach the gauntlet.
Oh, yeah. It's literally just like she's controlling that. They're mechanical hands that she's controlling with like pulleys and things.
And the same for her feet. The same for her feet. So literally she is having like arm and leg extensions to make herself tall enough. It's like
basically making her the size of a man.
This show has been finished for years. Mm-hmm. Okay? I can tell you, and I'm not just speculating here, okay? I have been told this discreetly. I'm not naming names.
Obviously.
I have a source who has told me they very much did not want to release this. And the fact that we still don't have a trailer speaks volume. And I was told they were trying to find every way possible to not show this.
Why not?
But they had no choice.
And why not make it a tax write-off like Batgirl?
Because apparently they weren't able to. Apparently, due to the constraints, whatever, they have to release it. So they are just going to release it and hope nobody notices.
We are going to notice.
I despise this character. I think this character could have been a good character if it was put in the hands of the correct people. But this is clearly a token character, and I'm saying this in a nice way. I'm not trying to say all black characters are tokens or whatever. I'm saying this is clearly a token character meant to convey certain values and certain ideological beliefs. And it didn't work in the comics. And instead of letting it go, you're trying to push her into live action. And you know what? You had an opportunity in live action to actually make her work. You had the option to rewrite the character.
But they literally changed nothing.
Share with your crew, escape life's hell. From spooky memes to advice obscure, here's your dark solace of humor as a cure.